Hi, welcome to part 1 of 3 of my Hammer Horror Monster series, where I'm going over Dracula, Frankenstein, Mummy, and a few others. And let's get started right now with the Mummy franchise. Let's get into it. Open it up. Let's look at the things. Alright, we have The Mummy, 1955, Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing. If you want to, go ahead, pause, read all of that, maybe backwards. Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. Not really one I care for. I think it's about like 60 minutes. I really don't really like it, but you know, I'm only getting it just for the Mummy. It had like these other 4 Mummy movies. There's the back if you want to read any of them. Blood from the Mummy's Tomb. Yeah. So this is the 4th one. The next one is the Mummy's Shroud, but it's not getting here till later. So just have these 4 right now. But this is Bram Stoker's novel, Jewels of the Seven Stars. Jewel of the Seven Stars or something like that. I forget the name of the book. Someone can correct me, but this is more of an adaptation of that. Some came in pretty early, so if I'm pretty sure this is the one, after looking at where these shipped from, I should know what this one is. The Mummy's Shroud. Second or third best Mummy movie for the Hammer horror films. It's a lot to get it, but I'm glad to have it. What can I say? There's a lot to go on with these. Only 4 movies. All of them are pretty good, This is the first one, 1959's Mummy, with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee. Go ahead and pause to read if you want. Fantastic remake, absolutely love it. It kind of combines like the original 5 Universal monster movies all into one. Has like the story of 32, but combines it with like the action and the elements of like Hand, Ghost, and Tomb from like the Hammer series. So I really love this movie, and I always recommend it to people. Absolutely. And that was like a cheap, easy $10-15 DVD disc. It kind of goes that way for all of the first movie, all of like the very first movie ones. So yeah. Coming up next, we have Hammer film collection thing. This was, I think, also like $10-15. I'll pop up I don't remember these off the top of my head, so I'll just pop up however much it cost off Amazon to get this. You do get other discs with it, and obviously, you know, they're marketing on both the discs. They're marketing the Mummy, so you're obviously going to pick this up for this, but this movie's not really that good. It's one of those where it's the opposite of Curse of the Werewolf, where an hour in, the Mummy finally shows up, and you're like, you pause and you sit there and you're like, I wasted my entire time, and now the Mummy's showing up. What the fuck? You know? So, yeah, I only bought this because it was cheap and because I like to have the full collection of my Mummy movies. So, yeah. And it is the second one, so, yeah. But I just recommend skipping the movie. If it's not your cup of tea, just skip it, move on. But yeah. But it does come with 2 other ones if you like some Jekyll and Hyde and some other movies there. So yeah, these 2 are both Anchor Bay distributions. The Mummy's Shroud and Blood from the Mummy's Tomb, both really great Mummy movies. This is based off of Jewel of the Seven Stars. Very good adaptation. Very much love it. Comes with a bonus disc actually, and this I think was like 20 something bucks. This was more like 30. So these are kind of out of print and harder to get, but you might be able to find something for a bit cheaper, maybe if you go on eBay. I do think you can get all of these on like Blu-ray for much better. Maybe I'll pull something up from Amazon if you're able to see it. But yeah, I very much like this. This is a traditional Mummy movie, but it's still fun. I love the characters in this, and I love the look of the Mummy. The look of the Mummy in this one is probably the best looking Mummy other than like the Brendan Fraser Mummy. Just the typical Mummy look, but I like it a lot. And then Blood from the Mummy's Tomb doesn't even really have a mummy in it, but it's just a really good movie. So it's just one of those movies where it's like, you know, it's based off of something, and you know they took the time and care to write it and make something from it. So yeah, and she's beautiful. So, but yeah, I definitely recommend both of these. If you can pick any of these up and find them, definitely recommend getting. And then you might as well go ahead and get Curse because it's cheap. But if you don't want to, you can just stick to those 3, and it kind of works like a nice little trilogy of Mummy movies. So yeah.
So much for checking out this video. Remember, if you want to catch up with the previous episode in this series where I talk about Phantom of the Opera and The Curse of the Werewolf, just click right over there. And right beside it, if you're in the mood for more classic Universal monsters, check out that old video that I did on the original 30 from Universal. With that being said, make sure to comment, like, subscribe, gear up, and gear out.